William, I know you were talking shit earlier because when we played fantasy this year, I made fun of you, right? Because you did your Chat GPT, and I was making like, how the fuck can you trust Chat GPT? Well, for our fellas, we didn't because it was a season, right? We never really got to touch on fantasy, but with him getting ChatGPT, with him being 3 hours away, it was hard for him to actually be online and choosing and all that from all the California, Nevada guys. Well, this was somehow ended up almost playing for fourth place because we're it's a league of 10, but he only missed out because Jalen Hurts decided to shut the bet against the Chargers and he got point 40. And because my team, I had Jalen Hurts, I lost by 2 points. The other fool won, and he overtook him because he had more points than Will. And he ended up being eliminated. He couldn't do nothing much because by points, he was never going to make it to fourth place. So, and then, sorry. And then he ended up telling me, bro, I'm like, this is the fifth week. I mean, the whatever week it was. Basically, the following week, and he would have faced first place. And the way that everything landed, he would have beaten him. And then the following week, again, the way that it would have landed, no matter who it was there, Will would have been champion.
I would have.
He
I
would
would
have
have.
been champion for fantasy. Now, I ask you, William, yesterday that you saw the playoff game, the Eagles versus the 40 Winers, how did it feel seeing Jalen Hurts lose?
I mean, like I said on the group chat, that's what he gets for fucking my team over. Like I will hold it to it. I will hold it to next season too, next fantasy season. I'll be like, hey, I'm not like because of him. I could have been, the first champion of this fantasy football league. Unfortunate events happened in which Jalen Hurts just decided to shit the bed last night. Again, it wasn't really his fault, but we'll say it's his fault. Why not? It's it's his fault for being the QB for that team. Any other QB would have gotten me 5 points, would have gotten you 5 points and won that game. You know what I mean?
You know,
It's
what's crazy is that week, I think I had I don't know who I had in my bench. I couldn't do nothing about it because Jackson Darts was injured.
yes, he was injured. Yes.
He was injured, and he was my second. My well, he was technically always my second. There was a few weeks where I did interchange him, and in my other fantasy league, I also had fucking Dart. So regardless, I'm like that was bad for me. I ended up going to the final of my other league. While right here, I was off the playoffs. I didn't even play the fucking consolation bracket. I was dead and gone. Y como se llama?
You were
But
last. Just remember, you were last. That's all you have to say.
the commissioner, I because it was our first league, I had to let them win because I'm like, you can't. They're gonna be, oh, it's cheating, it's cheating. No, no, I had to let them win. Este, ¿cómo se llama? What's crazy, William, is that it happened again in my final game where fucking they played the Bills, and the reason that I didn't realize about Dart, I kept thinking, how come I didn't start Dart? I'm like, if I knew they were gonna play the Raiders, it wasn't because I missed it or not. It was just that Dart was on schedule to play. So when he got to play, it was too late for me to like, oh, let's switch him. And if I would have just switched them, because I lost by 4 points, Jalen Hurts got 11. If I would have just switched for Dart, Dart ended up with 25 points, so I would have won my game without any problems, any issues, without sweating, without hoping that fucking that stupid ass bitch from the Falcons, the tight end, what's his stupid ass bitch ass name, Pitts, motherfucker only got 1 point. I'm like, bro, you could have gotten me 5 points and I would have won still. Like, but at the end of the day, it came down to that he was still unquestionable, so I let them out. And even yesterday, when the game was over, this is the first time where I kind of got bummed. I just didn't want to lose that game, and I ended up losing it. Well, I wasn't playing right, even though I do have my screenshot where I'm playing. Yes, I'm running fool. They played me for 1 week,
Hmm.
but knowing how petty you are, I'm like, oh, when you wrote that shit, I'm like, you fucking asshole. Like you fucking asshole. I'm like, that is a fucking that's a dick move. But I'll say this when it comes to football, a lot. There hasn't been a good football movie in recent years.
Hmm.
If you think about it, I don't think there has been a good one in a good while. And I kind of want to say the last good one was the one with the Express, the one with the Cleveland Browns.
Jim Brown.
No, not Jim Brown, the one who
It,
couldn't that died from cancer.
was it not Jim Brown?
Oh, Jim Brown won a ring with him, didn't they?
I don't
No,
know.
like, I
But yes, I know who. I know the movie. I know the movie. I just don't remember who the running back was.
I think that was the last good movie. And obviously, for my football media, as in TV shows and movies, All American, that's the one that gets me into playing. I do know that there's one in Prime with Glenn Powell. He plays a quarterback that fucks up, and then he retires and comes back as someone else, as like Max Powers or something like that.
Oh, the one that's based out of that skit from that Giants quarterback. What's his name?
Yes,
Peyton Man, not Eli Manning. The one that's based out of
yeah.
yeah. So
So,
in terms of that, yeah, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that show at all. I think it's more like a comedy show than anything. In terms of All American, it's a good show. I stopped watching after 5 seasons because it just fell off. I think it became more of after
go ahead.
the season before. Spoiler alert for those who haven't watched. Before the coach dies, Coach Baker. You know, the season before he dies, that's where I stopped watching. I just found out he died during like on a TikTok. I'm like, oh, cool, he died. All right, sounds good.
I think that's season 3 or season 4.
Whatever season it might be, but that's my point. At that point, I just stopped watching. Before he died, I stopped watching because I was like, it's
Oh,
it's starting to die out. They already graduated. They went into universities, and then from there, it's like, well, you gotta follow them all into NFL. I guess.
well, spoiler alert, he does make it to the NFL.
And it's like,
And
okay, well, at least at that point, it's like, all right, end the series. Like, it's done. What else is there more to show?
exactly. So, like, I think he wins the Super Bowl. He gets married to Olivia. But I think there was going to be another season after that, and I was like, wait. I'm like, if he made it to the Super Bowl and he fucking won his ring, I'm like, that's it. I'm like, there's no more, and that's where I stopped. I saw it on Netflix. I'm like, maybe one day, just out of curiosity, just to see. But I don't know. Like, it's just that new shows come in or old shows that I want to watch, and it's really hard to fit it on the schedule when you're not up to date right away.
See, the real ones will know, and I've been telling you to watch this show, and you still had decided not to for some odd reason. The League. It's on Hulu, I think. But the League is a show that you have to watch. Like you personally have to watch the League. Now, again, I'm not a football fan. I don't. I mean, I'm not against it. I'm just a casual football fan in which I'll watch the playoffs. I will watch every now and then. It's on Peacock for Sunday Night Football. All right, if I got nothing else to do, I'll put it on and just watch. And then my kids will be like, "Why are you watching this?" I'm like, "I don't know, something else on." I'm not a big football guy, but this show called The League. It's about fantasy football. It's a really good show.
It's
It's
about
really
fantasy.
funny. It's about fantasy football. I've told you to watch it like 20 times already. I've sent you some clips about it, and then it says this video is unavailable. I'm like, what do you mean it's unavailable? Like, guys, it's available. I'm watching it right now. But it's
You
a really
probably
good. Huh?
you probably have an iPhone.
I do, but it doesn't matter. I sent it through TikTok, so it doesn't matter. But no, that's the thing. That's a really good football show. Now, again, it's mostly fantasy football, but you would understand the shits and giggles that we go through in our group chat. Obviously, it's like that with them, but more extreme because then the loser has to do this, the winner gets that. You know what I mean?
And I do want to. I'm hoping that next year, because I'm like now I'm already looking at next year for fantasy. I'm like I do want to grow it more. At least bring two more or four more guys, so we can make it a 14 player league. And at 14, two will be eliminated, and it's 6 and 6 on each bracket. So the it's a longer run. It's a better chance to make it to the sixth place and fifth, and 1 and 2 get a bye week. So I'm looking into that. I don't think I'm gonna convert the other two and make it a 20 player league. We don't watch that much football to fucking do that. And now we're gonna be playing with fucking crumbs out of the tortilla and shit, the tortilla chips. But no,
See,
like, huh?
I watch enough football to know Javi Alonso got fired. That's how much football I watch.
You're talking about British football now.
No, that's Spanish football.
Spanish football. Sorry, sorry. Oh, when you said this on the other group chat with the that one, you said that you want Xavi Alonso for Liverpool. Were you
Liverpool, hands
serious about
down.
that?
Yeah, no, I'm 100% serious. Like the Slaw is he's a mess, bro. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know how to manage. He benches the wrong players. He starts the wrong players. has a formula that is just not catching on. Xabi Alonso, for if you don't know, last 2 seasons what he did at Leverkusen, he went
Mhm.
undefeated the entire season without a loss up until the Europa League final, in which he lost that one against Sevilla, or
But you know why though, right?
no, I don't know why actually.
Because he watches Atlas games.
So what? He was watching the game and didn't manage properly.
He was bringing his skills over here.
No, that's not. But anyway, so he won Bundesliga, which, by the way, for people who
Hey,
don't know,
that is true. He watches Atlas games because his best friend was a coach for Atlas.
well, that doesn't mean he's bringing the tactics from that. No. Next thing you know, a header's gonna go over the bar on an empty net. Yeah, I'm sure. So it's i- for those who know, the Bundesliga is ran by Bayern Munich, and it's ran religiously by Bayern Munich. And obviously Bayern Leverkusen, the last 2 seasons, completely swept that league, went completely undefeated, knocked out Liverpool, knocked out from the Europa League. They were not did their thing, and eventually, obviously, they became champions and yeah, runners up in the Europa League. And that's when Xabi Alonso left and came over to Real Madrid this season, and not even 6 months in, he's already fired. Why?
He
Because
left.
they didn't want
He
to.
left.
Well, it was a mutual agreement,
There you go.
whatever that might be. So it's like he was already on the verge of getting fired. He loses the Supercopa
Yeah.
against Barcelona yesterday, and that was it.
So they probably gave him an ultimatum. They're like, "We'll give you 3 games. If you don't win your next 3, and your next or fourth, whatever it is, we're gonna fire. We're gonna let you go." So this was like, you know what? Bye.
So I mean, that's the thing. They had already given him the ultimatum. And he it was against Man City at the Champions League whatever match. He's like, if you lose this one, you're basically fired. They lost. They didn't fire him.
Mhm.
But then they caught on fire at 1-5 out of the last 6, I believe, and they finally lost yesterday. And then like that was it. So
I was gonna tell you that on the Bundesliga, as a fan of other teams, right? Like yo como I have my Spanish league, I have my team in England, and I have my team in Mexico, right? Sometimes I follow the MLS here and there, not all the time, not 100%, but I do see some games from there. Like, how can you be a fan of any other team in Germany? Like, I feel like it would just be boring to root for your team that you know that those fucking billionaires are going to be champions every single year. I don't
because
know. I don't see the point to it.
because it's the fun of the sport. It's people go there. And I'm pretty sure they're drunk enough to know, like, oh shit, are we winning? Yeah, we're winning. Oh wait, we lost. Oh, my bad. They're just drunk and they.
It is Germany, so the allowance to drink is like 14. But still, like, I keep thinking to myself, like, como yo me enfado con, like, y eso que lo voy a Barcelona, all right? La voy a Barcelona, so my team does become champions here and there. Madrid's champions here and there. Atletico Madrid usually shows up once every other 4 years. But I'm like, I start thinking, I'm like, what, like, how, like, how do you keep your interest up for a team that you're not gonna like for a league that's not gonna give you new winners every single year.
That's a great question for Arsenal fans.
But at least that's different though, right? Okay, because look, so I don't know how long it was United who dominated for like many
In the
many years
90s.
in the '90s, and they were champions for many years, and then you started seeing the Liverpool here and there,
No,
Manchester City.
Liverpool came. So Liverpool was the 80s. United was 90s, 2000s, with Fergie in charge, and then after that, City got the oil money,
I
and
thought
that's
Liverpool,
when
I thought Liverpool won some cups in there. You guys ever won?
Liverpool won 88. So I wasn't born, and then the last time they won was under Klopp, and or not last time. Last time they won the league before this last time was COVID season, which was still a full season, but unfortunately it got cut
Yeah.
in
So,
between
so,
because COVID.
so before 2020, they didn't win something else. I remember. I thought
No,
they won.
no, I mean the Champions League. They won the Orejona in 2004.
Oh, that's where I'm confusing it with them. Yes, because I mean, Liverpool's always been, from what I remember, a very dominant team, meaning that they've probably dominated in other cups, just not the actual League Cup. Because Chelsea had they've had their what, four seasons, 5 seasons.
They've had the run, yeah. I
Yeah,
believe
they've
that was
had their,
2000s, yeah.
so they've always had that. In Arsenal, I still don't think they had. When was the
Arsenal
last?
hasn't won a Prem, and I don't know. It's
Like,
it's been a minute. It's been longer than 20 years.
yes, I remember that because I always thought when they had Henri, I always thought they were champions, like in '03 or '04 when he was hot. And then when I went to their history, I was like, oh shit, I'm like, they haven't won in a while. I'm like,
Mhm.
so why is it that they fucking like, oh, like they get maybe they won Orejona, and then I go back and I'm like, no, they haven't won in
Mhm.
Orejona. I'm like, maybe they won the FA Cup. I'm like, so what the fuck? How do they have a lot of fans? I'm like, and we're talking about Según Arsenal is like top five, top six of fan clubs in England,
Yeah.
and because it's for sure. Man U is always number one. Manchester City is number. I want to say number three. I will say Liverpool's number two. Chelsea's up there. Fucking Arsenal, and I want to say who Tottenham. No,
Well, Spurs has a good following. It's just they don't have a,
a
you know, they
cup like in 100 years.
well, they don't have a cup. I mean, they finally got a cup. I forgot which cup they got, but they got a cup now. I think
I think it was the FA Cup. I think it was the FA Cup. Because as soon as fucking what's his fucking face left to Germany,
they
and
won
Bell,
something. Yeah. Hmm.
Harry Kane.
Hurricane. Yeah.
When he fucking left, they won something. I was like, oh, that is hilarious.
Yeah.
And it's funny because as soon as he went over there,
Bayern
fucking
didn't win.
yes, pero déjate de eso, sino que one of the players in
Alaba.
Alaba went to Madrid, and they're saying ever since this was here, that he's always won. Harry Kane has never won.
No,
Like,
no, no, no. That's not how it went out. The way it went out was Alaba and Kane were the team at the same time. It's either hey, either Kane wins his first trophy or Alaba loses his
oh,
first.
yes, there you go. See. And Harry Kane brought his fucking curse.
Yeah,
But
yeah, because Alaba, and then that's when Alaba left. Yes.
yes, and then they won it afterwards. But
Hmm.
I'm like, it took him so long, and I get it. Like those players, I respect. Like, hey, you did your time, you did your 15, 16 years. I'm like, and you gotta move on. You gotta move on. Like you can't. If it's like where I felt Mike Trout or where I respect him a lot, like he's a ride or die with Angels. He doesn't care about the like. Do I wish he would have won with the Angels? I would have loved it. I'm like, I would have been okay after year 12 if he would have left.
Uh, yeah, yeah. I mean, a lot of people will see it differently. A lot of people see it as he's he's not clutch and he's too scared to show it in real life. Like if you go to the Yankees, all the pressure of the Yankees is gonna get to him, and then he's not gonna do anything. He goes to
Mm,
the Phillies, where he's from. The pressure of the Phillies fan base is gonna get to him, and he's not gonna do anything. With the Angels, you're the little brother of the Dodgers. You're not really having that TV time. TV time. You don't have to worry about shining up there. I'm just like, yeah, sure, you guys can say what you want. He still has 3 MVPs, and out of what is it, top out of 8 seasons, he was top five in 8 of them.
yes,
So really, it's like, what else do you guys want from him? He
but
really, in my opinion, he should have been four-time MVP. But you know,
and this is where I say like, okay, all those people that say that is because you guys don't win championships. You guys, well, Phillies hasn't won shit like in 10 years, I think. Uh,
2009, yeah,
yes, we're 3 years away from fucking 10 years.
yeah,
So
20 years.
no, you said 20 years, bestia. So when they say that, I'm like, you guys don't win championships. You guys buy championships. I'm like, you guys don't build players from scratch. So, like for instance, they don't say that about Kobe. Why? Because he won it 5 times, right? Okay. Did you guys say that Patrick Ewing, who did 20 years with the Knicks, or fucking who went a long time with one team and never won it? We would have gotten that from Luka Doncic, where he was gonna do 20 years with the Mavericks and he would have not won it, and where people are gonna say the same thing is like, oh, you didn't want to come over here, like that. That's a stupid reason. And
Yeah,
there's other people that say, well, oh, it's because he wasn't hungry to be a champion. I'm like, no, he was a very respectful player. He's like, you know what? They drafted me here. They treat me with respect, and if I can, I'm gonna bring it as much as I can. So that's why I'm like, when it comes to that, I'm like, after year 12 for any team, yeah, you gave us 12 years. Out of those 12 years, I want to say four were your prime. And if they couldn't do nothing with those 4 years, it's okay. You can move on, especially for like in basketball, because they can draft as young as 20 years old. So at 12, you're 32. And we all know that after 32 to 40, like 6, 7 years, you're retired. And same thing with soccer. You can start at one. Soccer is different because they can start you as young as 16, fucking Wayne Rooney. And if you do 16, you're barely fucking 29. You're like, bye, motherfuckers. Now I'm gonna go off of my prime. Chicharito. He
yeah.
did it.
Yeah.
He did his time somewhere else and shit.
Carlos Vela.
Carlos Vela, fuck that motherfucker. Dude. Don't ever bring up Carlos Vela. My
I'm
fucking
just saying he did his praying somewhere else.
Guardado, Rafa Marquez, yes, Rafa Marquez. So in soccer is a lot more different, and it's funny because I'm sitting here saying, "Oh, I respect this player or that," but yet one of my favorite players in soccer is Rafa Marquez, and I don't think I get. I think I don't give him shit because he was from Atlas. That's the only reason. But in reality, that motherfucker played for like 10 teams.
But there's a difference. I think there's a difference in soccer comparable to any other sport there is. In soccer, it's like, hey, I want to go try myself at a bigger club. I want to go prove myself at a bigger club. You know, you have Liga MX, Liga MLS, you have Saudi league potentially in those same ranks. You know,
Mhm.
like yeah, you know, so it's like they're this, but then you have the European leagues where are way up here, and then the Brazilian league is like in between. You know, but it's like you want to go to Europe. That's how you know you made it. You know, when you go to Europe and then from there prove yourself. So Marquez in this case went from Atlas. Yeah, sure, he could have stayed in Mexico and with Atlas, but really, like we all knew they were gonna win anything anytime soon. Like, yeah, sure, they were close to winning something as when Marquez was there. But then you get the call to Monaco, and then from Monaco you end up going to Barca. It's like that's a successful career in our eyes. That's a very successful career.
Very
You know, you see Guardado, same thing. He goes from Atlas, jumps ship, and goes over to Betis, I believe, or
La Coruña.
Osasuna. La
La
Coruña,
Coruña.
that's what it was. La Coruña, right? So it's like you see those jumps because people are like, hey, they see interest in me, we jump. Look at Santi Jimenez. He started at Cruz Azul. You know, he ends up going to um, Feyenoord.
Fair North.
He leads the Europa League at one point. Eventually, he gets a transfer over to Milan, and that's where his career ended up crashing. You know, because he's not doing anything in Milan. But it's like you're proving yourself every single step that you're going up in MLB and football and basketball. Really, the superior league. It's hey, this is here because for a Cubano to be successful, he wants to be known. I gotta go to MLB. For a
Yeah.
Japanese, I gotta go to MLB. Shohei was nobody until he came to MLB. You know, because in Japan, yeah, they're really good. Don't get me wrong; they're great baseball players. They're amazing. They won the baseball classic, whatever. But nobody knew about Shohei until he came to Anaheim and LA. You know, nobody, so same thing with football.
Well, I
Like
would
it's
say he was known worldwide.
well, that's my point. Worldwide. So it's how do you get the worldwide attention? You go to the worldwide sport. In this case, baseball. Or sorry, MLB, Major League Baseball. It's unfortunate because yeah, it's not worldwide, but people have access to it from around the world. We know
Yes.
players from Barcelona because that's a worldwide sport. There's a whole World Cup that happens every 4 years.
Because
You know.
you can say even though Japan is winning like the World Classic, ¿cómo se llama? They don't pay their players the same type of money that the
No.
MLB pays. So I would say their best team right now, can they beat the Dodgers? Like the best Japan team, the Tokyo Dragons or whatever they want to be called. Can they beat the LA Dodgers right now? We
I
don't
don't.
know.
I don't. I mean, I don't think so. You know, again, but I don't know about enough about that league. You know,
Yeah, no, no,
to
sí,
be
sí,
able to
sí.
make that statement. So it's the same. Thing. It's just and soccer is like, hey, I want to prove myself somewhere else. Here, in order to prove yourself, it's like, well, to prove yourself, this is the league you got to do it in to
It was like
be able to be.
I don't know if you knew this, but because there's different zonas in Mexico, like it gets really cold, like in the winter, and then it gets really cold. I forgot, like very rainy on the north or something, like north and south. They call it Liga Norte y Liga Sur. So as they cuenta que in the winter time, they play like on the northern states because it's hot, and then there's a champion for the north. Y luego, like in the winter, on the summer side or algo así, se vienen to the south, and it's the same teams, but they're playing the South League now, and it's the same teams. It's just that they use different time zones because of the cold and the weather and the heat. It's not like over here where they only play 4 months. Over there, they play year round.
Yeah, yeah,
So in a way, that's kind of like, oh shit, eso me lo dijo un amigo mío. I was like, oh shit, dije, eso no sabía que el béisbol
yeah.
se
That's
juega
how. Yeah,
en México. Igual con Cuba y todo, like, hey, like, I've always said Puerto Rico, Cuba, and Dominica, when they have a lot of players, I'm like, for such a little fucking island, they fucking bring out a lot of motherfucking players.
because they focus their talent in that. They know, that's what they're known for. That's what it is. That's why, again, in my opinion, yes, if United States were to focus more on soccer without having to pay, to win or whatever, I'm sure they would have. They have a shot at a World Cup. Until then, no, because you have the focus of football and basketball and baseball. It's that's
I'm gonna say this because I was a coach for my kids team. I think you're a coach, not I mean for your kids team.
not fully, but I'm not waiting. I'm not doing it. I want to wait until at least they're 8 when they
Okay,
actually listen and stuff.
kids were in sixth grade or fifth grade, fifth grade. So this is 3 years ago, and I was in the well, I was the school coach. Yes, I didn't want my kids to be cut from the teams. I was like, I'll be coach. You gotta cheat the system, people.
I mean, there's a reason why my daughter's soccer team lost the championship. The kids coach shot the fifth penalty and fucking aired it. And Chicharito over here.
So I was telling my dad, and I'm like, hey, from what I remember right here, and blah blah blah. Let's okay, está bien. Ya me enseñó like que hacer y todo. So I'm doing the thing, but my thing was like, I saw many Korean Americans, Japanese Americans, Brazilian Americans, Argentinian Americans, and this is in Irvine. So I'm just talking about like Irvine, which
Right.
is very mixed race, right? Este, y a lot of Indian Americans, y cómo se llama, Russian Americans, right? So I saw a lot of mixed culture for the fifth grade team, which right now is on 3 years later. That puts them at my kids are what 15? They're gonna be 15. I'm like, in 10 years from now, this means two World Cups after 2026. The I see United States becoming champions.
But here's the thing. You're saying Mexican American, Japanese American, Brazilian American. Did you ever mention American American? No, because again, the focus isn't in soccer. Their focus is in, hey, you gotta make me that Shohei money in baseball. You gotta make me that I don't know, Patrick Mahomes money in football. You know,
I see your point. The thing is that because I do know, like even in my team, I had Connor, I had Garrett, I had another one. Like I had like four white boys that are like American, right?
right?
Like
So, but that's the point. For
that,
white
like
boys,
for there you go, like white boys, American white boys, not Native Americans. I didn't
and,
have Native.
and you're
So,
talking about a Mexican heavy state, or Hispanic heavy state, being California. You're talking
oh,
about
Irvine is a very
yes,
Asian county or Asian city.
and I agree because obviously I worked in Irvine, Irvine Spectrum when I worked there. You know,
I'm just focusing on one city that had a tournament that is patrocinado, is sponsored by Liverpool. It was the club. The tournament is by
right?
Liverpool. So I'm guessing Liverpool. Ese güey agarra ese pinche chinito or whatever. ¿Verdad?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
My point was that because Japan watches soccer, because they have a good soccer team, because South Korea watches soccer, they have a good soccer team. Brazil, Argentina, Russia. All of a sudden, Russia started watching soccer. Mexicans, because I did have a lot of Mexicans, Americans. So we have 6 countries that focus on soccer that they're watching soccer on TV and their kids are not watching something else. So because they prioritize their soccer in their TV, these kids start watching soccer. They start watching Messi. They're watching Cristiano at their late time. They start watching Mbappe, fucking Lamine Yamal. So because they're watching all these at this young age right now, Lamine Yamal is barely fucking 18, I think, or 19. And these fools are 15. So I'm like, they are the Messi of our generation. That's Lamine for them. So they're gonna see them process through that. So they continue to play soccer because technically the new United States of America is gonna be a mixed bag of different cultures. That's why I see them becoming champions. But if it was full white American? No, I
Well,
would
no,
never.
but it goes back to the same point you're bringing up. It's like a Brazilian American has also a shot of playing where Brazil.
Brazil, but they're not gonna go play. Well, come on, this is bro. We're talking. Okay,
I'm
not,
not
not
saying no, no, no. Okay, wrong example. Let's just say Japanese American. They have a shot of playing where in Japan.
Japan.
Japan has a better team than the United States as of right now.
I
I
don't.
stand. I believe. I highly believe so.
We're gonna have to make that bet if they ever play.
You'll gladly see in the World Cup where Japan will advance further than United States.
As long as further, they'd be fucking Germany, fucking Godzilla. um. Oh, and like a rule for Argentina: if you're taller than like I think 5'10", you're not allowed to be in the soccer team, the national team.
Unless if you're, Messi.
No, well, Messi's 5'4" or 5'5".
That's the point. Unless you're Messi. Oh wait, you said if you're taller, you cannot.
You cannot. Or like if you're 6 feet, you cannot play for Argentina.
Interesting. I did not know that.
The only ones that they are allowed to be that are the defenses centrales. Your two center backs, one middle, the pau, and fucking like if you're a forward, if you're a center forward. The reason because they like to play fast and a tall guy is not
Yeah,
fast.
it's not fast. Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, wow, they can know because that. And if you see it against France, how these motherfuckers were killing him, fum por abajo, todo por abajo, and at the end, I blame the manager for taking out Di Maria. when he took
Yeah,
out Iman.
that was it. That was yeah. I agree. I agree.
Like, um, but cuando yo miro esto de los de estos kids, I understand what you're saying. Like, oh, he would play for Russia. Like Fernandez from Russia, he's Brazilian, and he went to go play for Russia. The fool from Iceland, the fucking this stupid ass motherfucker. ¿Cómo se llama el forward of the United States that everybody praises and shit? What's his name?
Pulisic.
Pulisic. That fool's from Iceland and decided to play for the U.S.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. They have a good shot in 10 years. Sure, I'm assuming. Hopefully, I'm from here, so I'm rooting for you guys too. But Mexico's been trying it for how long? Where they've actually been the powerhouse of CONCACAF.
Hey,
How far have they gotten? You know what I mean?
and they still are. It's just that U.S. not paying attention to the Gold Cup. Oh, you guys are stupid. You're trying to live the Nations League when you guys don't have more than fucking 20 countries.
No,
In
it's
the
because their star players were taking some rest, some
Man,
mental
that's
needed rest.
stupid. Don't get me wrong. Like I root for both, right? Because it's
Yeah.
basically it's our blood. It's our blood and it's our nation where we were born, bred, and all that. And I root for both. But if it comes down to it, I am U.S. versus Mexico. I do go for U.S. And it sucks right now that for Mexico that they suck. Because I'm like, now that the U.S. is good, I'm like, now let's fucking talk. Now let's go to 1-on-1. But now because U.S. is good and Mexico sucks, I'm like, nah, I gotta support Mexico. Come on, let's lift them up. Get my hand, motherfuckers. You guys fucking suck.
See, for me, it just changed ever since I moved to Georgia. Ever since I moved to Georgia, I'm like, damn, Mexico gets a lot of hate, so let me root for them, man.
Y como se llama? It's like I was talking to my supervisor and I bring that up. He's like, well, why can't you root for the U.S.? I'm like, well, because they suck. I'm like, they've been sucking. No, U.S. I'm like, bro, have you watched soccer? I'm like, you're not gonna sit down here and tell me a lecture about the United States when in fucking 2014 they got eliminated, and then in 2018 they didn't even show up to the World Cup. I remember in 2014 they didn't even want to take Donovan because they wanted to take Pulisic, I think, or vice versa. I think it was that. Which one?
No,
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 2010.
no,
Verga.
no. 2010 was fine. 2010 was the easy for the UK. It was called easy. It was England up top, Algeria, Slovenia, United States, or Yanks.
Yeah.
I remember that as a heart. But no, Donovan was still good then. So I think it
See,
was 14. It was 14.
and then 14. If I recall, I don't think they went to the World Cup in 2014
No, they
because
they they,
they
they
didn't
did
qualify because Donovan didn't go. Well, that's what I say. Donovan didn't go. Donovan said no to the team because they wanted to take Pulisic and they wanted to concentrate on a young
on the
squad.
young. No, but did they actually miss it in 2014?
I'll double check that, but I do believe that they missed out
That's
on
my point. I've been focused so much on Mexico
because they've been
that
you've been seeing. It's funny because for Mexico you've been seeing this, and then you saw it turn, and it just fucking went right off the fucking hill, bro.
I
Right up.
mean, so here's the thing. When even now with United States, like I remember I texted Dad when they signed Potechino as their head coach. I'm like, hey, from my knowledge, United States are great listeners and they listen, and Potechino is such a great coach. But even with Potechino at the helm, it's just like they're not even progressing the way they should. I mean, then again, Pochettino never won anything with Spurs, but like his tactics at Spurs were amazing, So I thought it was gonna translate to the United States, and it truly hasn't translated, and I don't know why, And it's a thing. I don't know if it's an ego thing because I know with Mexico it's such an ego thing where it's like, I mean, everybody knows the biggest issue for a Mexican is, you can't be better than me. We're both Mexican, but I'm not gonna root for you if you're gonna be better than me. It's that simple.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing for Mexicans. Unfortunate, but it's true. So I know that's what causes them their games. Like obviously, we all know Mexico could compete against the big clubs, against the big national teams. But when it comes down to like it's just this little team, and they end up getting their ass smacked. It's like,
Yeah.
well, bro, you gotta play like that every single damn time. Not just against the big clubs.
And it's kind of like not sad. Well, I just double checked. They did play 2014. They missed out on 2018, but they did
I was
play.
gonna say I think it was 18 they missed out.
Yeah, and that's when they were focusing on the young squad and they didn't qualify. And I was fucking
Mhm.
pissed. I'm like, bro, why are you gonna fucking leave Donovan behind? And like, and for me, Donovan, till this day, even though he didn't play in Europe, Donovan's the best player for the U.S.
I mean, I agree. I don't think Pulisic is up there. I mean, Pulisic is great. Don't get with Milan. No, but he can't carry United States the way Donovan did because Donovan carried the United States.
And
It's that simple.
and this is a non-European player national team. Pulisic is playing with guys who play in Europe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this motherfucker I think Donovan was the only one who played in Europe, actually.
If you want to call it that, I mean, he played. What his last loan is when he played for 2010. He was playing for Everton as a loan.
He always played on a loan in Europe. On a
Yeah,
loan. But
that's
we're only talking about like 3 months, and then he would go back.
Back to
Once,
MLS. Yeah.
yes. So if that's what you want to call it, yeah. Well, I want to call it that he played in Europe. He also played in Mexico con el León.
I remember that.
And your favorite player, what's his name? Bradley or no, not Bradley, fucking Beasley. He played for Puebla.
Yeah. The Marcus Busy. Yeah.
If I would say this, then that the only player that played in Europe under Donovan's team
Dempsey.
was fucking. He played in Europe?
Yeah, he played at Fulham.
Oh shit! I didn't. I was gonna
Dempsey
say
played at Fulham, and then you had Tim Howard, who played for United.
for Manchester.
Yeah, but we're gonna talk about Howard.
Why not?
I mean, Howard was good. Don't get me wrong. It's just I never liked Howard. You know, I preferred Casey Keller over Howard, but
you know, you're a goalkeeper, so you have a different point of view than me.
And then you have that other guy, Brad Guzan, after Howard. I'm just like, bro, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll take Tim Howard over Guzan any day. You know, but I'm like, really, this is what we have, Guzan? Like, that's it? We got nothing else after this, you know? And even now, we're still struggling to find a key goalkeeper. I mean, Mexico has had their goalkeeper, you know, Ochoa, whether people love him or hate him. He's been their main guy. Before that, you had, I don't know who you had, to be honest.
Aldo Sanchez, Talavera, Michel, Conejo, which Conejo did fucking 2 World Cups. I'm like, stupid. That's
you know, and at some point, so we're United States, and I was like, bro, who do you guys have? Like a name that you have? No, you don't have a name. Like
to me, I hate Mexico and I hate the U.S. for not ever taking William Yorkbold. He was a Mexican American that played for León. Se hizo bicampeón con el León, and he never got called out to the U.S. team, and he never called out to Mexico team. I'm like, how the fuck do you have a player that became champion back to back, and you guys don't call him? I thought that was pretty fucked up. Like and I hate San Luis the most for what was this fool's name? There was a fucking player that played for San Luis, and Mexico didn't call him, and US called him, so he went to play. Y como se llama, San Luis sold him to Houston not Rockets. What the fuck?
FC Dallas?
No, the one in Houston, Dynamo.
Cubo Torres, maybe?
No, Cubo Torres. No, he came later. I was talking like this fool played in he was from Orange County. This fool played in, yeah, he's from Orange. He played
he played in ASO, no?
¿En dónde?
ASO?
Ah, in ASO, yes.
What's his name? Fucking, was it Orozco? No, Orozco? No.
Michael Orozco.
Okay, Orozco, yeah.
Michael Orozco was from Orange. He played in Santana. He played also in Orange and all over place. He went to, I was gonna say he went to Europe. Se fue al extranjero. We're gonna say se fue al extranjero. He was playing defensa con San Luis. Mexico didn't call him. They called him to the U.S. En ese era un amistoso. United States le ganó a Mexico, and he played that game because they played it in Mexico. And people were saying que por qué traicionó a su país. Y él dijo, yo como meta de jugador quiero llegar a jugar un mundial. And as soon as that season was over, shipped out to Houston, sold. And I thought that was pretty fucked up. I was like, that was fucked up.
But that's just Mexico, bro. I mean, you gotta understand that's.
No, pero no fuera pinche Messi or fucking Rivaldo or Iván Zamorano. No, esto no es nada. Esto no vete mucho la verga, puto chino. Who's the one who fucking el este baboso Sebastián Abreu, el loco Abreu, the one from Uruguay?
Yeah, loco Abreu.
He talked shit on Mexico, and they always gave him chances. Es que estos no las arman. Ellos no son de buen fútbol. I'm like, bro, he's talking shit on Mexico. You guys, he played for Tecos. He played for Cruz Azul, for fucking Jaguares, so many fucking years. And he also played in Europe, that motherfucker.
I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, obviously, I don't know. I honestly don't understand him. Obviously, look at Zlatan when he came to MLS. Obviously, talk crap completely on MLS, you know? I don't hate him for that, you know, because he was being factual, you know? When what was his name? He's one of my favorite Argentinian players right now, but he doesn't play for a big club anymore. and I completely forgot his name already.
Ibala?
No, 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 no. I completely forgot his name already because again he wasn't a big name. He wasn't a household name. He played for Boca Juniors the majority of his career.
Carlos
Uh,
Tevez.
no, I
No, he
said
retired.
not big name,
Was that a big name, fool?
and he's young. Cristian Pavon. Cristian
Oh,
Pavon.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Cristian Pavon when he played with at Galaxy with Zlatan, he's like the only player that has good caliber playing is Pavon. I don't have to tell him what to do because he knows what to do. He was like everybody else. I have to tell him what to do. And like so that's on point. Like they're speaking facts because yeah, our league level is like down here, you know. So I now it's obviously different because you have the Messis and the Suarez's and all these people over here now. It's all right, cool. You know, like,
It's like I always tell everyone, I'm like, Cuauhtemoc Blanco and Jorge Campos had to walk for these fools to run. Oh, no, to swim, ¿verdad? To swim.
uh, for Mexicans, sure, but you know damn right it was David Beckham who made that move, bro. Come on.
No, 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 no,
No,
no.
no, no. It was David Beckham who made the entire movement, bro.
No, 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 no. I'm gonna put it straight to you. I'm gonna put it straight because they both played for fucking Galaxy, and I'm gonna tell you who had a more of a special contract.
Cuauhtemoc
Because
Blanco had a number 10,
no, no, no,
sure.
Blanco. I'm talking about Jorge Campos. I'm talking about Jorge Campos. When Jorge Campos came to the MLS, this was his number one rule. Oh, he had two rules for Jorge Campos to come and play for Galaxy. Rule number one was like I wear number 9 even as a goalkeeper. Okay, boom, boom. Do you want to take a wild guess? What was his number two?
What was number 2?
He had to sub in for a forward because he was going to play forward every time, every second half. And they said yes.
So he had like an Otani rule, basically.
Basically, yes. So he did that, and then when yeah, years later, Beckham came in and they basically told him, "I'll come if you guys sell me a franchise team later on in the future." So that's why his contract was so fucking small.
Yeah, no, I
Eh,
mean, I know that. I know that Beckham came during his prime, by the way. No, he wasn't
Yes.
old. He wasn't washed. He was, what,
Oh,
33, I want to say?
tampoco Campos was watchful. Don't get it twisted. That
No,
fool
I'm
was like
not saying, I'm not saying that, but you're comparing, you know, Campos to Beckham. When did
the
Campos ever
greatest.
play in Europe?
Huh?
When did Campos ever play in Europe?
When did Beckham play in Europe?
What you mean?
He's from
Real
England.
Madrid, United, and
Jorge
then
Campos.
I guess his Europe would be Galaxy, right?
I'll say this: Compas is more Campos is more known than Beckham for soccer than for other shit. Beckham's known for marrying Victoria Beckham.
Bullshit. No, hell no. You know damn right that's not true. Now you're just
Like,
speaking
in
out of your ass, bro. Hell no.
Galaxy, they have a statue of Campos over Beckham
Where?
in Galaxy.
No, they don't. That's a straight up lie, bro. That is no fucking boy, bro. Nah, hell no. Shut up.
No, you're right about that. Like in a way, he's the one who made everybody walk. Porque even Jorge Campos, as big of a star he was, the fuck, as big a well, there you go. If as big a star he was a big star name. But we're like, even for a goalkeeper is not gonna make those moves, those waves and shit. I would say the biggest name that the MLS got before Beckham, I want to say was Cuauhtemoc Blanco. Believe it or not, Blanco sells, bro. He would sell. And then right before Beckham, there was another name that made it to the US. But Beckham is the one who brought all these big, like big European names. Because after that, I think it was Henri. Well, that I remember, los que han venido a jugar aquí to the MLS. Henri, Rafa Marquez, Rooney, Gerard. Well, now Luis Suarez, fucking Busquets, el otro güey, el de la left side, Ibrahimovic, and who there was another forward that was kind of big. He was kind of big, and I just forgot what's his name though. But he also played in the MLS and technically Pelé and Hugo Sanchez, but that was before.
The Cosmos.
Uh-huh. So even they were big names, but they couldn't bring up La Pinche Liga, so they defaulted and then they came back again. But
Well,
when
no,
Hugo
because
Sanchez,
well, I mean, I believe that league's it's still running that league. I mean, I'm sure they probably defaulted, but the league is still running the USL because you still have the New York Cosmos, you still have all those teams playing, you know. But
I've always said make the USL fucking well. Actually, even first division has a lot of fucking teams. They should make a second division, bro.
because the thing is, you're running 30 teams, bro. You're running it as an NBA, as a NFL, as a MLB. Like, bro, like look at England. You have 16 teams, 18 teams. You don't have 30. Look at Spain. You don't have 30. You have 16. or
And
18.
really, England doesn't have like 24 teams playing?
No, they only have 18.
Oh shit. Y también en toda la liga tiene like 20, ¿no? O
Give
también
or, give
tiene.
or take, it's in that range. I know for sure EPO has 18. I know that 100% sure.
Okay.
In Spain, I know it's in the 20s. I think it's just 20 even. I'm not sure, but I know that again, like here is like for that to happen is like again divisions.
Espérame. Está bien. Go for it, William.
No, so as I was saying, you you can't run divisions unless you break the league from 30 teams into 18. Because you do have the USO that you could run as a second division. The thing is, you just have too many teams, like to the point where not everyone's facing each other every season. Like I've been waiting for Galaxy or LAFC to come out here for me to go watch them, and I've been here for how long already? You
Do
know,
they
they,
even do they even play out there?
they do just once in a blue moon.
Okay.
That's my point. They run it like in the NFL. Not everybody plays each other, and the
And
basketball and NBA now NBA I believe they do it twice. I think against everyone. I'm not sure.
it's like, for instance, like me that I'm an Eagles fan, right? They're not gonna play next year over here. Well, the Rams are gonna play over there, and that's it. They're not gonna come play the Chargers. So now I have to go to Arizona, to Vegas, or to San Francisco, which most likely is gonna be San Francisco.
It's the
Like,
closest one. Probably the
yeah,
most expensive one too, though, but the closest one.
that's 4 hours. That's a 4 hour drive.
And
So
that's
I'm
like
like,
me going to a Charlotte Stadium.
yeah, yeah. So I see what you mean. When it comes to like the MLS thing, not the MLS, but basketball and football, the excuse they're saying is that the country's so big that they don't want to like time zones and all that crap. I'm like, but that's what kind of kills football. Well, it's not gonna kill football or NBA anytime soon. I just feel like it should be more involved for that. It's like in the MLS, is literally the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference. There's nothing in the
Mhm.
middle. That's it. Boom. And then they run 30 teams and 30 teams. Whoever makes it the
15-15, but yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh yeah, pardon, 15-15. Yes. Y como se llama, and I think 8 make it, right? And there's no bye week.
Yeah, hey, make it like a regular playoff, yeah.
Like a regular soccer. Ya como llegan los 8, yo me quedo entre mí. All these motherfuckers out here who will never make it good and all that, who like Inter Miami, who was in last place before Messi got there. I'm like, what are they playing for? Yeah, they know they're gonna be in last. Or like, well, I'm a pro. I get paid. Yeah, that's how I see it.
It's money. It's United States, and the United States is run by money. That's what it is. People know our team sucks. I'm gonna go pay anyway.
If they were to bring the USL, like I think the USL has 12 teams, or I think they also have 18 teams. I'm like, even if you have that 30, if you make it as a big fucking league as a 30, I'm like, you can still eliminate 2 motherfuckers from there or 1 and make the champion go up.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, yeah, you can. Obviously, like, yeah, England has 18 teams, but like most people say in the NFL excuses and whatever, England is really small. You still have 30 clubs, or sorry, 18 clubs in England, and a few more that are in second division and third division. So it's like, damn, for such a small country, you still have all these damn clubs. Because obviously the main 18 are the Premier League, but then you still have
Oh,
the Championship League, which also has Leeds United and all those other little
well,
teams.
let's not go far, carnal. El pinche nuevo equipo que entró. I forgot their name. I was gonna be rooting for them según this year. I
San
tried to
Diego,
get. No, no, no. I'm talking about the Premier League. Um, ¿Cómo se llama este?
Wrexham.
Rex. No, that's Ryan Reynolds. No, there's another one that literally there's apartments next to the stadium.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I forgot who, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
So they went from third to second to
yeah.
finally the Premier League, and I think they went back to second division already. Pero ellos, I'm like, look at their stadium. I think they to play in the Premier League, they ask you to have 20K. I'm like, obviously, aquí in MLS, I'm like, you don't need that because their teams are not big. I'm like, if you think that the USL are cheap teams, like they're not as good, drop them to third, bring 15, or let's say if it's 30 teams, right? Take off 12 and then bring like the 4 best of the USL and bring them up, and then have them rotating all that shit all the time, all the time, all the time. And I think it would be a lot better. That's one of the reasons why La Liga MX, they've been sucking a lot because one, they added too many fucking extranjeros, which makes it good in competition in a way, pero it ruins the Mexican players because now they don't. Now there's only 4 players per team, que son mexicanos. Tell me how they're gonna make a good national team.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
before it was nine players,
Right.
and you would only get tres extranjeros. Y también servía ¿cómo no repechaje? El
Descenso.
descenso. So I'm like, number 18 quedaba abajo, y el campeón de la apertura y el campeón de la clausura abajo would play one more time. Y ya whoever was champions, they would move up and play.
Right. Yeah. And I believe they got rid of it. They got rid of the descenso, I think, right?
Desde COVID. So that's why when everybody says like, oh, el Atlas esto, el Atlas, actually, el Atlas would have been in second division if it wasn't for COVID. So I was like, cuenta que el Atlas was the last team before they stopped the censo. And that was because of COVID. COVID saved us. And then right after that, 2 years later, we become back-to-back champions.
Right.
So I'm like, in a way, I think I always say thank you, COVID, for happening, because you made my team champion. But see, like in right now, in a way, for me, sometimes Liga MX is kind of boring, because I'm like, well, the ones on the bottom, they're not even playing for pride. They're like, they don't give a fuck. They're not gonna go down. I think they finally opened it, and they brought Querétaro down, and they brought Atlante up, or Morelia, one of those two I forgot. But Querétaro was gonna go because of the fucking violent shit that they did. They got down. They basically beat the shit out of Atlas, the people,
Oh, I see. I didn't know that.
like where their bodies on the floor and all that shit. And we're talking to like if it was some cartel shit, bro.
Yeah. No, I had not know that. I did not know that.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy, and it was to the fans and basically the Atlas squad. They le ponieron pinche lock todo para que no se metieran a la waiting. Like it was scary. It was scary. Supposedly there was no deaths. When I saw those videos, I'm like, oh hell no! Like those
Right.
motherfuckers can't
Yeah.
be playing. Hell no! Like that would look like he's not breathing. But like it was scary, and they told them that they could only play 2 more temporadas, but they were gonna go back down, and the owners had to sell the team. So not only if I wanted to buy Querétaro, not only was I gonna buy it, but I had to start from second division. So I was like,
Right.
who the fuck is gonna want to buy it like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Y como se llama? So I heard Atlanta's coming back up. The season already started, so I didn't even check that out. But as está, but if they do add that ascenso and descenso, I'm like, it should look good, because that means that teams are competitive now. The bottom seats are fighting to not get regulated, and I think that's something that I love about the England one, which is scary because ahí son los bottom 3, right, or los bottom 2,
Bottom 3.
los bottom. So even like right there, I'm like, bro, you're not even last, and I'm getting regulated. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Y acá abajo, I'm like, I don't even have to be champion. I just have to be third place.
Yeah. Essentially. Yeah.
And that's what keeps them fighting, though. Like let's say fourth, third, and fifth are fighting for that third spot.
Because I believe from the championship league, I believe it's the winners of the league, second place, and the third place they go into a playoff. You know, so whoever wins that playoff goes into.
It would be 18-6, so it would be 18. I'm guessing he plays the playoff versus the 17th one, no?
Something I think it's like 3,
Versus-
4, 5, 6. I believe. I think it's only like four teams that would go into that playoff.
Oh, so okay, so you're talking about the second, la champion. Like if you're third, you're gonna fight with 4, 5, like on a 4 playoff.
Like it's a like a little bracket, right? And the winner of this bracket versus, and then the winners of these two go on to advance.
They gotta make money.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I was smart, like let's say if they did something like that, I would be like, all right, number 18, you're fucking out. The champion's coming back up. You're number 1. They get number 2. I mean number 6, number 17. You're gonna play a playoff bracket with 17. Oh, pardon. Number 16, you're gonna play off a playoff bracket with number 16. Whoever wins that, you're gonna play your playoff bracket with number 2, with the second champion or the subcampeón, right? To get more money. And if you win subcampeón, all for you. And then the number 6, whoever lost of that, you're gonna play one more bracket against number 15, because you're a bitch too for being in 15. Make money out of that bitch. No one's safe from 15 all the way to 18. But it's crazy.